Hey humans, Coach Mindy here with your Find the Drive workout of the day. Today we have step up to get a leg up. 4 rounds, 4 time of the following. 30 step ups. This can be alternating legs or not, we'll talk about that. Then 6 burpees over box, followed by 12 per side, single leg sit to stand, and then close out each round with 24 goblet squats. So lots of leg action today. To get you warmed up, we're gonna go through a warm up just 2 times today because we've got a bit of a longer workout. 10 reps each, starting out with our good mornings. So feet hips width apart, fingertips by the ears, pinch those shoulder blades together, soft bend the knee, and hinge, keeping that chest up. I'm going to try to be able to read that logo if it's on your shirt. So if you're facing the ground, that's not what we want to feel like. Keep that chest up for me. 10 reps of those good mornings. Then you're going to step your feet out to your squat position. Shoulder width apart. Arms up and overhead. Hips go back and down. Pushing those knees out. Keeping that chest up, eye on the horizon. Give me 10 reps there. And we're taking our feet double shoulder wide for the next couple movements. Starting out with that wide toe sweep. Down to the right, keep it nice and close, up and back down the left. 10 total reps there. And then we're gonna do lateral lunges, so hips go back and down just like a squat. Push that knee out. If you can, keep that foot flat, but if you need to, you can rock up, standing all the way up, and then back down the other side. 10 total reps there. Then we're gonna go to the ground for a high plank. Downward dog. So high plank position is where we start this, pushing hard against the floor, squeeze the butt, squeeze the gut, rock back, trying to drive those heels to the ground, maybe pedal the feet a little bit, extra stretch in those calves, we're going to need it, and then back forward. 10 total reps there. Then we're staying on the ground for our quad position adductor stretch. So we start out in our quad position, kickstand that foot out. Keep that foot flat and the toes forward, driving energy down the top of our leg. Walk your hands out a little bit, keep those toes flat, and sink those hips, trying to get your butt to touch your heel and back up. We're gonna go 10 on one side and 10 on the other. I don't think I made a notation in the graphic for this, so just make sure you take that time doing 10 per side. We want to get a nice good stretch on the inside of those legs. From our quad adductor stretch, we're going to stay in that quad position for our fire hydrants. So 10 one direction, 10 the other direction, and then change sides. That is indicated on the graphic. And remember, if I'm lifting my right knee into the air, I want to have most of that weight in my right arm. So if you can, even pick up that opposite arm. This keeps us from collapsing and leaning over to try to get higher. We want to make that hip do the work there. So like I said, 10 forward, 10 back, then change sides. We're going to go through that warm up 2 times, making sure those hips, those hamstrings, and that butt are ready for today's workout. So you will be starting off each round with 30 box step ups. So find a box, a cooler, stairs, something you're comfortable with staying on, and we're going to do 30 reps. We want to try to keep our chest up through these. We have a tendency to look down and keep our head down. And 1, that's not great for your posture, but 2, it inhibits breathing. So glance down to what you're stepping on, and then step, but try to keep that eye on the horizon. Full foot on, standing all the way up, and then step down. So you can either go up with your right, down with your right, up with your left, down with your left, alternating each round, or maybe for you to keep track, it's better to chunk. So maybe you do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and you keep that pattern going. Totally up to you. It's your fitness. However, I would strongly suggest not doing all 30 on one side. It's going to add up real quick, and you're going to end up with a nice sweet quad on one side and a little rinky-dink one on the other. So whether you alternate by rep or in chunks, make sure you do alternate. Another point I would like to mention, we put a lot of focus and emphasis on that step up, and sometimes we'll just collapse down. I would put more focus on that step down, making sure you have tension the whole time. Not only will they get you more quality work in that quad and that lower abdomen, but it'll save your calves. So, box step ups, I think I said enough about that. 30 reps, and they're gonna take the time they take. You can only speed them up so much. Next up, you have 6 burpees over box. I have limited space here, so I'm gonna kind of step off a little bit and show you what it looks like coming up and over. So ideally, whatever you're using to step on, we would like to go up and over. If, however, you cannot, just step all the way up onto the box and step all the way down for the burpee. The burpee jump, we are eliminating and we're replacing it with a step up. So it's not stand up, jump, then step. The step replaces that jump. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna step up and over my box, hands down, watch your face, feet back. Like I said, limited space. All the way up, and then I step up and over. If you're not comfortable with spinning on top of the box, totally okay. You step up with one foot, step up with both foot, and then reverse stepping down. Just make sure you have enough clearance, and then like I said, if you don't, you can just go continue with those step ups and then step back into your burpee. You are welcome to jump in and out of your burpee as well. I just didn't due to my limited space, but the burpee itself can look like a normal burpee. Jump those feet back, chest to the ground, jump them up, step up and over that box, or you can step in and out of them. Either way, just do 6 reps. So you should be on your box. If you're able to go up and over, you should be on each side 3 times. All right, I hope I made that confusing enough to get you into the single leg sit stand. Exactly what it sounds like. So that same box you've been using, hopefully you have a little bit higher of a height. So if not, a chair would be ideal for this. From here, you're gonna get this foot that's on the ground and you're in squat position. So we don't want it too far up because you can't squat like that. And we don't want it too far back because we don't want our knee out in front of our toes. So look down, find that just right position. And this is what we want to do. If you need to, you can rest that heel on the ground. But what I don't want to see is just collapse and then try to use momentum to stand up. We want to make that base leg do the work. You should really feel your glutes talking to you on this, driving hard through that heel on the ground. And hopefully just tapping our butt to target and then going right back up. So tension in the body throughout the range of motion. If you have to relax, relax while standing, but do not relax sitting down. This is supposed to just be a cue for us, not a moment of rest. So again, hips go back and down. You touch that box, but we're not completely relaxed, and then stand right up. If you try it on a chair and it feels pretty easy, maybe find something a little bit lower. We want this to be challenging. It's kind of a build-up to a single leg squat. So with that in mind, that's how challenging you want this to be. If you have any questions or need recommendations, let me know, because we want this to be a lot of work. 12 on one side, 12 on the other, and then you're gonna close out each round with a goblet squat. So grabbing your kettlebell, gallon of water, a heavy dumbbell, hold it at your chest in contact with your chest. Feet shoulder width apart, keep those elbows up, hips go back and down, and standing all the way up. If you notice when you have weight in that front rack position and you feel it in your lower back, it's probably because you're collapsing forward. Keep that tummy tight, keep those elbows up because that'll force your chest up, and send those hips back and down. This is typically where those elbows will start to float down and point to the ground. So cue, keep them up and let them be your indicator, like your elevator button on the way up. So hips go back and down, elbows first, and stand. If for any reason that front rack position is not in the cards, maybe we can take 2 dumbbells and put them up on the shoulders, or if you only have one heavy one, maybe do half the reps on one side, half the reps on the other side. But I'd like to have some external resistance added to these squats. So again, step up to get a leg up. 4 rounds, 4 time. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, tell your glutes I said hello. I know. Have a great workout.